All right, so for our third and final example today, we are going to be using the bar model. We are going to start by reading our question. We're going to find some important information. We're going to draw and label, and then we are going to check over our work. You ready to rock and roll? Perfect. I'm going to read it. You follow along. A used Xbox game costs $6 and a new Xbox game costs $54. How many times more does the new game cost than the used game? So how many times more does the new game cost compared to the used game? All right, I need some important information, friends. Who wants to help me out?
Dalton, help me out. Natalie, help us out.
We know that the used Xbox game costs $6.
Yes, absolutely. The used, and that's important that I keep that label, used, and I could just put used game, or if I put Xbox game equals $6, okay? What else do I know?
Giovanni.
The new Xbox game costs $54.
The new Xbox game costs $54. Okay? What am I trying to figure out? What is my question? What am I trying to figure out?
Danelli.
We're trying to figure out how many times more does the new game cost than the used game.
Can you restate that for me, Danelli? You're absolutely right. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Can you restate it for me?
Mm-hmm. 54, new game cost $54. How many more?
It's hard when there's a lot of words.
How many times more does the new game cost?
So the question is, how many times more does the new game cost than the used game? So to restate that, I would say the new game costs blank times more than the what? Danelli?
Than the used game.
Than the used.
Than the new game. Oh, wait.
The new game cost blank times more because the new one is more, so it has to be this part first because we said blank times more than the used game, period. Okay? As long as you know what you're looking for, it's a lot easier. So if you remember when you think back to the bar model that we've been doing, you did your work yesterday. You had the bar for how much it equals. So you have the bar. When you see this bar means the total of something. From here to here is the total of something. Okay? Do we know the total cost of something? We don't? I think we know the total cost of two things. What do we know the total cost of?
Jules?
We know the total cost of the used Xbox game and the new Xbox game.
Absolutely. Now, when I look at this model, this line is going to be the biggest thing on there. So which one of these is a bigger number? The used or the new?
Lily?
No.
The new.
Yes.
Yeah. The total of a new Xbox game, which is how much?
Yes, Danelli just mouthed it. 54. Good job.
54. So this whole line is worth 54. That's what it's worth. The whole line is worth $54. All right, so I know how much my used Xbox game cost. How much does my used Xbox game cost?
Gladys.
$6.
$6. So, and remember, we're not perfect when we draw these models. I'm going to have $6 be here because I know $6 is a lot less than 54. And then what do I need to do to figure out how many times more the new game is than the used game? What do I have to do? Because remember, every one of the bars that I put in here has to be the same size. That's what's most important. So every one of these bars is going to have to be the same size.
Ava, what are we going to do?
Giovanni, what you think?
Skip count 6 until you go all the way to 54.
Absolutely. So you can come up here and you can fill in this space if you want to, or you can come underneath it. I'm going to have $6, and that's 6 one time. And then I'm going to go another, and I'm going to keep it the same size. What goes inside the box? How much is the box worth, Atia? You got to get closer.
This is worth $6.
$6. So I have to keep that 6 there. You can skip count underneath it if you need to. 6, and then what's my next number here, Henry? Come skip counting.
12.
Perfect. All right, and for time's sake, I'm going to have to make that a little smaller. For time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and finish that. $6. I'm trying to make it even, but I can go ahead and tell you I'm going to have to make my model longer. Six, 12, 18, 24, 30. Am I at my number yet? No. Keep going. 36. Whoops. $6 with a 36. I'm going to slide you guys over and slide my camera over. I need more room. That's the good thing about using a whiteboard. You can just add space. Okay? $6 takes me to 42. $6 more takes me to 48. And $6 more takes me to 54. So my model should be this long. So the whole thing is this, which is 54. The used game is $6. This right here is the whole cost of the new game. Which is $54. But my question is asking, How many times more does the new game cost than the used game? How many times more? When I look at my model, how many more times did I write 6 for the new game than the used game? How many times more?
Ezekiel.
Everybody should be able to look at this model and tell me. Show me with your fingers.
I think, but so you want me to mute myself?
Go ahead.
I think that there. Okay, so since 6 times 9 is 54. So then,
How many times,
the
buddy?
new Xbox game is I'm trying my best I can here. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
That's okay, Alden. Let's see if we can have somebody help you.
Carly, what you think?
Logan.
8 times more.
Okay. And I totally get why you say that. So I'm going to show you why it's not 8. Okay. So watch this. There's 8 more boxes, but when you multiply something by 1, you get the same number. So this is like saying 1 times 6 is 6. So that's 1 times. When they're equal, like at the same spot, that means 1 times and they're equal. So you go 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times. So it's how many times more is it there? It is there 9 times more because there are 9 of the boxes here and only 1 of them here, and 1 times 9. I mean, you have the 9 boxes, right? Yes? So because we have those 9 boxes, it's 9 times greater. So a new game costs 9 times more than the used game. How would I write this as an equation? So when you're thinking about this, it's blank times more than blank equals blank. How would I write it? Because we don't know the number of groups.
The new Xbox game is 9 times as more than in the used Xbox game.
So it's 9 times more than, how much is the used Xbox game?
What is it, Alden?
$6.
$6, which equals 9 times more than $6 equals blank dollars. How many dollars?
$54.
$54. So without all the words, I would just write 9 times 6 equals 54, or I could turn around and do division, and how would it look as a division equation? You have to take what you know.
54 divided by 9 equals 6, or 6 divided by 9.
So we're going to take what we know and say 54 divided by the 6 equals the $9. All right? All right, my friends, I know that this is not easy. That's why we spend so much time on it, because kids mess up on it. So we are still going to be working on this again tomorrow, and then you will get your assignment. You do not have an assignment for today. So if you need to rewatch these